Hello, citizens of the world. Today, let's talk about UFO and aliens. Everyone is skeptical when it comes to verifying whether aliens are real. No doubt to me, the short answer is yes, they do exist. And the reason why is fairly simple. If we do exist, so would they. The universe is so huge, it's not easy to find them at all. But life form throughout the galaxy is abundant. How did microorganisms turn into humans? That is based on constant evolution. We reach a much advanced level to be able to think and examine the process, but our advancement had not reached to a point that we understand how it all begins. Even though we did not witness the start of our evolution, we are theoretically still able to conject the origin of our beginning. And I'm sure that if we progress this far, there are other beings in the universe that could do the same or better. Now, one thing we have to understand is UFO and alien are separate things. UFO in short is unidentified flying objects, while aliens is a life form that is not known to us. Let's put this into a two-part section, and we will start with UFO first. Now, UFO does not necessarily mean that alien is guaranteed. A flying object could be mounted by robots or a control device. There is no indication of life form that would be guaranteed on a UFO. The idea of UFO is to tag an unknown flying object as a subject. It could be an experiment from certain countries, testing out new technologies in secret. It could also be a decoy to mislead the public for private interests, but we cannot deny the potential existence of aliens within a UFO. Recently, it was publicly announced that they admit there are UFOs in the past whom had been recorded, but was not publicly confirmed. Now, if we look into the reason of why government care to keep them a secret, it's because of the risk that bears with it. To describe it in much detail, we look through the possible scenario of our first contact in a simulated situation. TV series such as Earth Final Conflict and movies such as District 9 had gave us a glimpse as what our potential first contact may look like. I believe that UFO that is actively avoiding us are most likely equipped with no real weaponry, as if their spaceship is equipped with real weapon power, they would have annihilated any objects that come close to their ship. UFO that can be seen are most likely exploration ships, which most likely only to have the ability to flee when they sense danger. On the other hand, if aliens exist, why had they not contacted us in modern times, you may ask? The answer to that, they may already have made contacts with us in the past. We consistently question history around the world, like how the pyramid was built, or how the Mayan temple was built. Any potential advanced technology may have been taught by aliens in the past. Even though some technology could produce the same result, some technology still require advanced techniques that is difficult to replicate in those times. Just imagine technologies like a car found back 5 million years ago. The only logical explanation would either be time travel or aliens. But let's focus less on their existence and focus more on the reason why they do not show themselves. Throughout our own history, whenever we first contact on a new civilization or people, What was the first thing that happened? War, chaos, death, followed by colonization. It would be a similar pattern if we ever meet a new life form. Aggressive aliens would have conquered us by now. Passive and peaceful alien would prefer not to have direct contact with us. As in a survival evolution, if they could travel far and wide, they would have a policy not to interfere with found life form, to protect themselves and ours. If our technology already reached their level, our ships would have been more defensive rather than offensive. There is also a possibility that they have made contact with us, which might have intercepted by governments, or simply too little records to verify if it's real or not. The theory of them living among us is possible, but why would they want to reveal them to us? Seeing how dangerous our society is, it could never end well, especially if they possess a certain kind of power, may it be healing or destructive. And on top of that, humans have their own sets of value. Any infringement on their beliefs could potentially end up in a very deadly form that would harm the aliens themselves. So for many reasonable reasons, I believe they do not share their existence to us for those facts. Like in the movies, if they are peaceful, humans would bully them into submission. And if they are aggressive, the humans will fight them. The only middle ground is if they can speak our language. And on their first contact, they could establish a mutual understanding. My prediction on our reaction, especially the first time when we met them, would be excitement followed by curiosity. After a month or a year, we would have normalized our excitement and treat their existence as ours. But the only huge difference is our perspective towards science and technology will be different. This potentially had happened in the past. Their spaceship may have been damaged and they could have landed on Earth. Back then they could have been mistaken as gods and they could have taught us technology beyond our times while gathering resources to fix their ship. After they left, the civilization continued to pay tribute and worship them until disaster happened and kill or wipe the entire population. The language the aliens spoke could have been ancient forgotten language that we used to understand, but through times had rubbed the language muddy. Symbols and icons could potentially have represented something in the past that is left unknown to us right now. Crop circles could be signals from aliens asking us simple questions, such as, "Are we ready?" and waiting for a reply, or maybe even ancient hidden scripts that instruct us how to contact with the aliens, which we have yet to discover. The possibilities are all around us, even though there might not be a scientific confirmation, or if any of it is true. But one thing we could not deny is their existence. I believe current era, people have much easier time to accept them due to the fact that we are culturally in tune of the possibility of their existence and created a culture that is fascinated to know that something else exists besides us. TV, movies, games had softened the blow enough to not create a mass panic, as we could relate their similarity to those. But politically and military speaking, we are still not ready to meet them yet, as the savagery and distrust still preserve among the leaders. Before then, we will still look beyond the stars and hopeful for their existence to be real. As always, stay curious and creative. Let your mind wander with no limits, but be mindful that conjecture, theories, and science is two different categories. And make sure if you mix them, it's for the purpose of asking what if, and never call that as a fact. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.